What you doing? I got a little bit of it out. If all else fails, just cut the box. So I'm assuming the manual's in here, but first I want to take all the stuff off the bike. This is everything that was in the little box. Looks like these here are my tools. There's a pump. I've never seen a pump included. And even something to lock up my bike with. And here's the bike. Time to assemble. Sweet. It stands up by itself. The instructions don't appear to be to this model. They show this bike, but the instructions are for that bike. Helpful. So I guess I'm on my own for this part. Ooh. What's cool is once the handlebars are on, they're easily adjustable. So if I don't want it there, lift this, move that, and put them in place. The instructions show to flip the bike upside down to put the wheel on. So I'm actually gonna put these in a way or it won't hurt this part. The seat's already in there, and yeah, it is backwards. So this part clamps down the seat, but if the seat is still going down because it's too loose, you can play around with this thing right here, tighten it up, and then clamp it down. And as you can see, there's different heights right here. Someone did suggest to lube up these parts here so it's a little bit smoother. Yeah, I guess you could. Because I'm flipping this thing upside down, I think I'm gonna take the battery out. It's gonna be a lot lighter that way. Over here, where the key is, this is how to turn the bike on, and it's also how to remove the battery. If I push it in and churn, it releases the lock that you can see right here. So again, I'm gonna push it in, churn, it goes up. Then I gotta remove the key, otherwise the battery will not come out with the key in there. And that's that. Oh, these are so big and heavy. Here's a closer look at the part where the key goes in. So you got the ignition and battery, lock, and release. This can be charged up without being in the bike, or you can just leave it in the bike and charge it that way as well. But before I flip it, I want this back. Okie dokie. Let's flip it. Oh, that's so much lighter. So much lighter. All right, so now time to flip it back. It looks like I really twisted up the handlebars, so let's flip it the way it should be. The front fender, it is optional. but I guess I could stick it on there. So far, this bike, not much assembly. The pedals are already on there. The bike seat's already on there. It's been pretty easy peasy. I spoke too soon. Apparently, I don't have the tool for this. I need to put a wrench back here and hold the nut while I take this Allen key and twist the front. But this is too big. And it's the only one that came with it. They do have this one doohickey on here that looks like this. I don't know what it's called. I guess it's kind of like a little wrench. I don't know. But you can't use this from both sides. Oh, there are some fancy tools for bike stuff around here, but I'm not gonna use them. I don't even know how to use this thing. You know what? I'm gonna grab a regular Allen key. There we go. In some states, if you're riding a bike at night, like in Florida, you do need this light, but it's not always a requirement. It really depends where you live. Gosh darn, I really enjoy this part. Okay. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Yeah. The only thing you gotta do with the pedal is that, and it's ready to go. But you probably don't want stickers on there. Aw. I'm finding that the easiest way to fold this thing is just to kind of walk it in this direction and blammo. And then I can fold down the handlebars as well. So if I hold down plus and minus at the same time, here I can change from miles to kilometers. We're in America, so miles. And if I hold it again, it brings me back to the screen I was on before, where I can use the up and down buttons to change the pedal assist. However, the only time it really goes is on 0. Watch this. That's not me pushing it, that's the bike going by itself. But if I have it on 1, nothing happens. 2, nothing happens. 3, nothing happens. And nothing happens when I'm pedaling. I don't feel any additional assistance. I don't know what I did wrong on here, but for some reason, my pedal assist was only going to 3, and I wasn't noticing any difference. Like the motor wasn't kicking in when I was pedaling. So I played around with the buttons, and now it goes all the way to 9. But after 5, I didn't really see a difference. So to use any of these, 1, 2, 3, or 5, you just set it up that way, and then you do have to be pedaling, and then the motor kicks in and helps you with pedaling. So you get a little boost, depending on which setting you pick. And I have no idea how I messed this up to begin with, but I know I pushed these 2 buttons, and I think that's what got me into the menu where I changed the settings. This was it, right here. So I had this on 0. You have to have it on 2 in order to get the full pedal assist. And I did ask the company how to do all of this, because the manual doesn't really tell you how to do any of this. And they're like, well, when you pedal, the motor kicks in. Not always. If you change the settings on here, then it won't go to the full pedal assist. It'll stop at 3, like I had it, and it won't do anything for 1, 2, and 3. Bouncy, 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 bouncy. It's that rear air suspension. I think the other bikes that I reviewed had a spring. The brakes on this thing are reversed. So this side stops the rear wheel, and then this one, front wheel. So So you kind of want to have your hand on this one or both. But normally this is the one I would brake with this bike. It's this one. Because you're supposed to brake with the back wheel. Otherwise, if you're going fast and you try to brake fast, it can throw you. It's any bike, but for whatever reason, it's reversed on here. Because of how bouncy this bike is, and I just absolutely love the fat tires. I think this is my favorite one so far. So if you're interested in checking it out, I'll have a link down below. You can also find it at GOGOBEST.com. And that's it. But do check out the video's description because there might be a coupon code in there. Alrighty guys, so that's it. Hope to see you in the next one. Toodaloo-dee-loo.